Well, hello, fellow farming fans, and welcome to Calming Farming. This is the first episode of my vanilla playthrough, where the goal is to own every field and industry on the map. Now, that might sound like it's a bit too ambitious, but the truth of it is, I don't know if it's economically possible, so let's give it a whirl. For this series, we'll literally be starting from scratch, no fields, no equipment, and no money. So I'll start with 100,000. I'll take out 100,000 loan and then I'll repay it immediately. So let's get our boots on. We're not going to start off with anything fancy. After all, we are simply homeless contractors. But there's no harm in splashing out on a nice hat to keep the sun out of your eyes. And like I said earlier, we'll be starting from scratch, and the first job to do is, unfortunately, to repay the loan and take our bank balance to zero. So there we go. Not even enough money for a ham sandwich. For the record, I'm not a stranger to the world of Farming Simulator. I've clocked up plenty of time on FS22, and if I'm being honest, it was a bit of a hard decision to move over to 25. Take a look at the size of the maps. It is a pretty significant increase, I think, and was definitely worth the upgrade. With that being said, since 25 is still in its infancy, there's not a lot available just yet in the way of mods or DLCs. Because of that, I thought it'd be quite an interesting challenge to go completely vanilla. Now, the first strategic goal is to own some land, and as we all know, the cheapest thing to farm in the early game is grass. And these fields are pretty close to the biogas plant, so let's have a look how much that would yeah, it's a bit pricey. It's going to take a lot of work, so we are contractors, so let's get some contracts going to earn a little bit of money. But we won't start with fertilizing because we lose out quite a lot, and that's before we start buying the fertilizer. So a transport contract is probably the best place to start. Let's accept that, and let's get trucking. And in the interest of full disclosure, I've played a little bit around on this map, but did a few contracts here and there before starting this game, so I am a little bit familiar with the map. I'm not a local by any means just yet, so you will see a large map popping up just so I can get my bearings as we mill around. But I imagine as the contracts are completed and the episodes progress, you probably won't see that map popping up very often unless it's for a very ambiguous location. And I'm going to do my best to stick to the rules of the road. I won't see me diving across fields or taking shortcuts over hedges or anything like that. I'm going to try and maintain a semblance of realism throughout the contracts, throughout my day-to-day. But then again, one thing I have noticed is traffic on FS25 they can't drive. So I've played it with the idea of switching traffic off, but I think I'll leave it on for the time being. Now, as I try to navigate these little tight turns on this lane, let's set some expectations, shall we? These episodes are going to be long. This series will be very long, I'd imagine. I've got no idea how long each episode will take or how many episodes there will be in the entire series. We'll take it one day at a time or a handful of contracts at a time. But I hope it's interesting enough to keep you with us. and give you what you want. Again, referring back to what I said earlier, I'm by no means an expert, so if you have any suggestions or comments, please feel free to throw them in the bottom there, and I'll do my best to adjust my playthrough. Speaking of which, I've read dozens of comments on other people's channels where some viewers prefer speeded play during the contracts or during the long drives, and others prefer to see it just play through. I'll probably do, if I've got time, I'll probably do 2 edits. There'll be the abridged version where we get some speed ramping during the long drives, the long scenes where I'll be bailing for hours at a time, and then I'll do an unabridged version where we'll call it Carmen Farming the Movie. Feel free to let me know what you think. If I'm cutting out too much or dragging things on too much, just let me know. And with that being said, let's speed up mission 1. See you on the other side. And there we have it, ladies and gents, the first truckload of logs, signalling the end of the first mission, and probably the first of quite a lot. Let's get that lot checked in. There we go, nice little tip of 25 credits. I hate the word credits, I'm going to say pounds. Let's collect 4.5 for our troubles. Now let's have a look for a suitable contract to jump onto. I think harvesting would probably be worth it at the moment. Especially if we get to use the same equipment, because 1,600 to lease, it's quite a lot of money. I don't want to do that twice. So let's pick up two wheat contracts and see if we can use the same kit over 2 contracts. Let's get to it. So I've pre-positioned the harvester on the second field. I'm going to drop this lot off now so I don't confuse matters, and then I'll take it on up and whoa, 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 whoa. These drivers, man, these drivers. Open your mince pies, pal. It's not Grand Theft Auto. Fool. Must be calming farming. Clown. Anyway, I'll drop this load off now, providing I can get it there safely, if I can get it there at all. And then go and harvest the second field. And hopefully that should take us above our first 10,000. And then we can start making plans on where to spend it. I will see you soon. and success. Another contract sorted. Time to drop off the goods. Let's see how much money we've got. A nice little bit extra on top. That's 2,000 or 2,500 and 2,800. So does that push us? Yeah, 11,000 pound. That's not going to go very far in ways of equipment. So let's have a quick plan of attack, shall we? I think there's nothing in the discounted area that's going to be available to us for a long time coming. Small tractors, really powerful enough for what we need them to be. Though the little John Deere does look pretty cool. Fortunately, it's hasn't got the guts when it comes to brake horsepower. So maybe we'll pick that up for nostalgic reasons later on. Medium tractors. Yeah, the Agrostar looks like a good start, but you can't get a front loader on it, which is a pity, but it'd be a good towing tractor. Ah, my favourite is the Valtra. The thing dreams are made out of, and at this stage of the game anyway. With all the little ads on it, just pushes that that price way beyond our ambitions at the moment. So with no plan and no price range at the moment, the only option is to keep on going with contracts. Let's have a quick look, see what's available. Quite a few there that are healthy when it comes to money. I think we'll jump onto some bale wrapping to begin with. It's the same size bales, the same equipment, and the fields are right next to each other, so let's pick that up. And since we know you can use the equipment from a similar contract, let's do it. When I tap across, I'll have to go the old-fashioned way and enter the vehicle from the map, and there we go. Right, that's the end for this first episode. Thank you very much for sticking with us. On the next one, we'll get a few more contracts under our belt and start saving some money. Thank you very much, and see you soon.